Hey everyone, so I've finally decided to force myself in front of the camera and start using my YouTube. And I thought the best way to start is to talk about why I hate the camera so much. So today I'm going to talk about the lunar nodes. So the nodes are considered your karmic points. Your south node is where you're coming from, what you've learned in your past lives, and what you've brought here with you. And your north node is the path that you are supposed to be heading towards. So in my natal chart, I have my South Node is in Aquarius in the second house. South Node in Aquarius tends to be somebody who is part of a crowd, kind of blends in with the crowd. This is, your comfort zone is to blend in, not stand out at all. It does have a humanitarian nature. You tend to get lost in other people. You tend to identify yourself with the crowds that you hang out with or people that you get into relationships with. It does come also with a little bit of detachment, like kind of a cold feeling and like less than emotional and don't really have much warmth to you. You tend to flitter from group to group and never really stay fully attached to any of them. And in the second house, a South Node can be somebody who is overly independent, overly self-reliant, somebody who refuses to ask for help and craves stability to the point of it being detrimental to them. It can also be somebody who becomes possessive and attached to their belongings. And then with the nodes, your north node is always exactly opposite, in the opposite sign and opposite house of your south node. And my north node is in Leo in my 8th house. So my calling, where I'm supposed to be heading towards, is to the Leo sunshine, to stand out in the crowd, learn how to be a leader, embrace my individuality. It's also calling to embrace my creativity and to be more warm with people and more, not necessarily attached, but more loving towards others. And it's also to just enjoy life, because Leo rules the 5th house, which is about things that are pleasurable. So it's telling me to let go of this need to always work to have what makes me stable and lean more towards having more fun and enjoying my life more. And in the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. So it is all about your spirituality, transformation, death and rebirth. Other people's money is part of this, and also sex and anything considered taboo. The occult is in there and all of that too. So with a North Node in the 8th house, I am being called to move more towards a spiritual life rather than a materialistic life. So I'm being called to let go of always trying to find stability, always trying to cling to things, and lean more towards embracing transformation and finding my spiritual self, finding my higher self. Letting go a little more is a big life lesson with these placements. Also, intimacy is another thing. And in the second house, even though it's ruled by Taurus, there's more of a possessiveness to it than there is an intimacy. So when you lean towards the 8th node, you want to find more spiritually connected, intimate type of relationships. One thing also is to learn how to take help from others. Trust the changes that happen. One thing that I have learned, probably the hardest lesson, is when you have these placements, especially the second house and 8th house, when you make decisions based on financial reasons, whether it's a job or a relationship or a roommate or friendship, whatever, it's great for a little while and it gets you that stability for a little while, but eventually it will lead to complete chaos and a forced transformation. The universe will teach you to let go, whether you want to let go or not. And especially during lunar returns, it will pretty much come in and destroy your whole life and make you build all over again if you don't learn how to accept help from others, let go more, and stop being so worried about, am I going to be able to pay my bills type of stuff. And when you let go of all of that control from the second house, then it just comes to you if you're not so worried about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be doing some more soon. Check out the links if you want to talk about your chart. We can set up an appointment to do a reading on yours. And follow me, hit subscribe. Thanks.